We teach our children morals, values when they grow up to commit crimes and end up in prison and kill a police officer.
She came prepared. She came with receipts, and she was not about to sit down. Stay with me until the end of this video, because what this mother said about who is actually in that room and who those children belong to will stop you cold.
Stop indoctrinating our children. Stop teaching our children to hate the police. Stop teaching our children that if they don't agree with the LGBT community, that they're homophobic. You have no idea each child's life. You don't know what their family lifestyle consists of. You don't know the makeup of their life. You have children like mine who is Muslim, and I'm Christian, and everyone would think, they would never believe that of her, right? Because the way she looks, or according to Miss Cyrus, she's too pasty white.
Ma'am, excuse me, I'm up here. We're not allowed to use names. If you have something you'd like to discuss about a specific person, you can call the superintendent or leave your info for her to call you tomorrow.
Why are we not allowed to discuss names? Why am I not allowed when they purposely themselves expose themselves on social media, talking about calling for the death of a president, or saying that any child that doesn't believe in Black Lives Matter should be canceled out? Is this what my tax dollars is paying for? You're teaching my children and other children that if they believe in God Almighty, they're part of a cult. These educators put their own names out there. We have Mr. Barry, who took it upon himself with Miss Cyrus to create a curriculum.
That should be it.
Do you want the proof? I have the proof. You created a curriculum of Black Panther indoctrination.
Ma'am,
You use taxpayers' dollars.
can I ask you one more time? I have no issue hearing what you have to say, but
Why can we not let the public speak? Why can't we let the public know that you're teaching our children to go out and murder our police officers?
That
Do
is
you
not-
want the proof? I have the proof. Is that what scares you, the proof? That a parent actually standing up against all of you? Is that what scares you, to call out the names of these people? You work for me. I don't work for you. You have a duty. We are entrusting our children to you. We teach our children morals, values when they grow up to commit crimes and end up in prison and kill a police officer. It's our fault? No, it's your fault. You're emotionally abusing our children and mentally abusing them. You're demoralizing them by teaching them communist values. This is still America, ma'am. And as long as I'm standing here on this good ground earth of God, I will fight. And this is not the last of me you will see. I'm retired. I have nothing else better to do. We can do it peacefully, or we can take it to the highest courts, because you know and I know I'm not the only parent fighting this all across America right now. Schools are trying to poison our children's minds, teaching them about things that they have no right to be taught in school.
Normally, I'm just gonna, if you don't mind, I'm gonna just give you just a feedback for a moment. I have no problem having a peaceful discussion. This is not a peaceful discussion.
No, that's your opinion. See, here we go again. This is peaceful. To me, this is peaceful.
Well,
I'm not burning, looting, and murdering. Listen, by all means, you want to teach kids these things, fine. Don't do it on my dollar. Don't infringe on my religious beliefs. Don't infringe. Do you know who makes up the majority of this district? Children from police officers' families. Blues. Back the blue children. Do you know what these children feel like when they come home? Have you spoken to them? No. You're silencing them. This whole cancel culture, you're silencing the children. Where are their rights? They have no rights. Because if they don't believe in the indoctrination, the demonic, twisted, sneaky, vile acts and education, if you call it that you're teaching our children, they don't agree with that. They're either homophobic, they're part of a cult, they're racist. What's racist? Who defines racist? Why? Because do you know what race I am? Do you? You don't. You don't even have an idea. I could be black. I could be white. I could be Asian. You don't know. Who are you to determine that? Who is anyone to determine that? You know what? Children in the school system, children like other children, they don't look at color. Black and white children, Hispanic children, you know why they get along? Because they don't look at each other's color. So you're the racist, not them, not us.
There's a moment in every generation where ordinary people reach an extraordinary breaking point. And when a mother from New York walks into a school board meeting, looks those board members dead in the eye and says, "You work for me. I don't work for you." That moment has arrived. Now, before we go any further, I want to be clear about something. This is not about left versus right. This is not about Republican versus Democrat. This is about a fundamental question that every American parent, regardless of their politics, should be asking. Who controls what goes into the mind of your child? This woman stood up, and she didn't just complain. She came with documentation. She named names. She referenced specific curriculum. She pointed to social media posts. She wasn't emotional without cause. She was precise, and the board's response to her precision tells you everything you need to know. The moment she started naming individuals, the board moderator shut her down. Now, there's a rule in many public meetings that discourages naming staff members directly, and that rule exists for legitimate reasons in some contexts. But here's the problem with hiding behind procedure. When a parent is standing in front of you with proof, procedure becomes a shield. And when accountability is the issue, a procedural shield starts to look like something else entirely. She brought up something that often gets overlooked in these conversations. She said her child is Muslim and she is Christian. That right there dismantles a lazy argument that critics of parental rights movements often reach for. This is not a white picket fence, one religion, one demographic movement. Parents from every background are asking the same question, which is, why are our children being taught contempt before they are taught comprehension? There's a difference between education and agenda. Education gives a child the tools to think. Agenda tells a child what to think before they have the tools to question it. When you teach a 7-year-old that disagreement equals bigotry, you have not educated that child. You have armed them against their own family. She also brought up something that hit hard, and it should hit hard in every police household across this country. She pointed out that a large portion of the children in that district come from law enforcement families. And she asked a very direct question. Do you know what those children feel when they come home after what you are teaching them about police? That is not a political question. That is a human one. Now, the board member who pushed back on her tone described the exchange as not peaceful, and I want to address that directly. Passion is not aggression. Volume is not violence. A parent demanding answers in a public forum is the exact definition of civic participation. When we start calling that a threat, we have confused discomfort with danger. Here's the part of this that every parent watching needs to understand. The curriculum conversation is not new. It has been building for years. It picked up intensity when remote learning opened the window into classrooms that had previously been invisible to parents. What parents saw surprised many of them. And that surprise turned into engagement. That engagement turned into school board races. And those school board races changed the political map in ways that no pundit predicted. Glenn Youngkin won the Virginia governorship in a state that had gone decisively blue 1 year earlier. The issue that moved the needle was not taxes. It was not infrastructure. It was parents feeling that their children were being used as subjects in an ideological experiment without their consent. That is a powerful political force, and it did not come from talk radio. It came from kitchen tables. Now I am not here to tell you that every grievance in every school board meeting across the country is rooted in fact. Some concerns are based on misunderstanding. Some are based on misinformation. But the answer to that is transparency, not dismissal. The answer is engagement, not silencing. What this woman asked for at its core was simple. She asked for accountability. She asked for clarity on what is being taught and why. She asked to be treated as a stakeholder in her child's education, which is what every parent is legally, morally, and civically. When a board shuts that down, they are not protecting order. They are protecting themselves from the one thing every public institution should welcome, which is the people it serves asking hard questions. The ground is shifting under this debate. Parents are more organized than they have ever been. They are running for seats. They are attending meetings. They are filing records requests. They are recording and sharing. The era of the invisible classroom is over. And that woman in this video, retired, standing there with her proof, promising she has nowhere else to be and nothing else to fight for. She is not an isolated voice. She is a signal.